Yeah, it's your boy AG, Cornerman Boxing here, my man Chris Leben. First of all, thank you for your time, champ. How you feeling today, man?
I feel good, man. I feel good. You know, New York City, man, in Times Square, it's a trip.
So as we know, you'll be the co-main event on this low above Malinagi.
Yep.
How do you feel? How have you prepared? How do you feel regarding this fight?
You know, I'm excited. You know, my opponent, Brandon Ward, is definitely the most game guy I've faced so far in bare knuckle. You know, and I mean, that's motivating. That's really motivating. I've had 2 wins in bare knuckle. Both of them were pretty quick. You know, fighting the toughest opponent. You know, and I'm treating this like I would treat any fight. It's the biggest fight of my life. It's the most important fight of my life. And you know, as far as my training goes, I'm pulling out every stop. I'm pushing everything to the maximum, and you know, getting ready for a month out, June 22nd.
Right, everybody make sure to tune in, man. And I've seen that you have a boxing background. Is that correct? You started when you was younger?
Well, you know, I actually started boxing in 7th and 8th grade,
wow.
You know, and then, but then I went into wrestling and MMA from there. Of course, you know, when you're doing MMA, you never stop boxing. You know, back when I'm an older, so when I started, you know, you went to your jiu-jitsu coach. You went to your boxing coach to train your hands. You know, so I've always I've had a love and a passion for boxing. When it comes to my fighting style, I think anybody would tell you that my biggest attribute is what I do with my hands. You know. Wow. So yeah, I like hitting people in the face, man.
What got you into the love for boxing? Was there any boxer specifically, or?
You know, it's a weird thing because, you know, I grew up as a skateboard alternative kid, but for some reason, none of my friends did. For some reason, I had the calling. You know, I had the desire, and I would catch the bus, you know, across town to box every day. You know. Nobody in my family ever boxed. Maybe it was a past life thing. I don't know, but you know, I from the second I seen it as a child, I loved it.
Yeah, man. I did my little research on. I know you're a true warrior, man. You really dug deep to get to where you are today.
Thank you.
You've overcome all kinds of adversity and struggle.
For sure.
You want to touch a little bit on some of the things you might have overcame?
Yeah, man. So you know, where I'm at right now, you know, the last portion of my UFC career, I was dealing with a lot of adversity, a lot of things going on outside of the cage that were pulling me away from fighting. I started fighting to prove I was tough. Then after I proved that, I got addicted to the lifestyle, man. I got addicted to the fast cars and girls, and, you know, all that stuff, man. And guess what? That'll fuck your career up, you know. You know. So ultimately, I retired, got sober, you know, started focusing on my life, and decided, hey, I want to make another stab now that I can give it 110%, you know, and ran into some health problems, you know, so I had to go back to the drawing board. You know, the doctors told me I'd probably never be able to do cardio again in my life, you know, and I definitely wouldn't be doing any combat sports. But I completely changed, you know, my diet, my supplementation, my lifestyle, you know, and my doctor at this point is like, look, I don't know how you're doing it, just keep doing it, you know. So I'm healed. I completely healed myself. Then I got the call. And you know what? It was the right time, and so far, it's been good.
I see it.
It's been good, you know. So now here I am, 38 years old, going on 39. You know, I've got an old lady, I've got a child at home, and I'm not fighting to be tough. I'm not fighting for the lifestyle. You know, I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting to inspire. You know. I'm fighting to show people that they can overcome adversity, and you know what? That doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, you get back up.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, because I focus my channel mostly on positivity and helping kids, you know, stay off the streets and get involved in something. What would you tell them before we let you go as far as a positive message for kids, you know, with your great experience?
You know what, man? Boxing is the perfect analogy, you know? You're not going to win every fight, you know? But you get back in the ring, you know, and you're going to have those fights where you get knocked down, you know, where you take your 8 count, you know, but you're going to have those times when you're on the ropes, you know? but you fight your way off the ropes. You pick yourself up off the canvas, and ultimately it does. It always gets better. It gets just when it's darkest. That's when you see the light.
You gotta dig deep, right?
That's it.
Where can we find you on social media, champ?
Instagram is probably the biggest. Chris Leben MMA with the blue check. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, champ. God bless you.
All right.
And we wish you the best, champ. Thank you.